Hi friends, Miss Robinson here, and today we're going to go over your week 1 vocabulary. So I'm going to get my journal and my pen. You can grab your journal and your pen or pencil or a piece of paper and follow along with these notes for me. They're going to be super important because these are the new vocab words you're learning this week, and you will have a quiz on these at the end of the week. So pay attention and pause the video when you need to, and let's get started. So we're going to be building vocabulary. Week 1. I'm putting a title on my notes so that they stay super organized throughout the year because this is something we're going to be doing at the beginning of every week so that you can prepare to learn some new vocab. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a new graphic organizer. So you're going to draw a circle in the middle of your page. And then you're going to draw 4 lines going out from your circle. If you want to get really fancy with it and draw a star in the middle of your page or a triangle or a square, you can, but I'm just going to go with a simple circle so that everything is super clear and I'm able to follow along with all of my work. So this week, all of our vocabulary words are going to have something in common, and that's the prefix of the word. A prefix is going to be like the beginning, the root. These are things you've been working on since probably at least 5th or 6th grade. So it shouldn't be super new, but if it is, we're going to keep working on it together. So our prefix this week is going to be abs. And the meaning of this prefix is away from. So whenever you see words that start with these roots or prefixes, that the words will have something to do with the term away from. So this week we're going to go over 5 words. So I'm going to list those words here. Notice I'm taking my time, making it look super neat. It's probably going to be a pretty long video, but it'll pay off because we'll be able to read everything. It'll be super clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to number this on all parts so that I can follow along clearly with all of my new vocab that I'm going to be learning. And we're going to use vocabulary that we're going to see while we're reading, things that we would use in normal life, and maybe words you've seen before but you don't quite know what they mean. So the first word that we're going to use, we're going to put all of the words here. The new vocab is all going to go in this part of the graphic organizer. And then in this part of the graphic organizer, we're going to put the definitions for those words. So you see word number 1, definition number 1. And then in this bottom corner, we're going to put example sentences. Underline that. And then in this bottom corner, we're going to put pictures or something that is like a graphic that will show us what that word means or what we think of when we think of that word or hear that word. So our first word is going to be absent. And the word absent means that it's not present in a place. Okay, it's not part of something. We can also put that on here. And you can think of this as if you're absent for class, you are not in a place, right? You are not part of something. You're missing class, so you are absent from class. An example sentence for this will be the student was absent from class, just like we said. The student was absent from class. And I'm going to go ahead and underline my word. I'm also going to grab a highlighter and highlight my word in that sentence so that it's super clear how we use our new word. Okay, they were absent from class. And then I'm going to think of a picture that shows what this word means. So the word absent means you're not a part of it, you are missing, you're not present in a place. So I'm going to draw a picture of 3 people. And it looks like 2 people are going to be there. And then the third person, I'm going to draw a little like skeleton, like something where you can see the outside of their body. I'm going to put a little X. They are not there. They're absent, okay? Your picture might look different than mine. You might think of something else in your mind that reminds you of this word, and that's okay. But I'm just showing that this person is absent from maybe a party that's happening or Yeah, or a get together. So absent. This is my picture, okay? Let's go over 2 new words for today, and then tomorrow we'll go over the last 2 words for the week. Okay, word number 2 is going to be absorption. I'm sure most of you have heard this word. Absorption means a condition in which something takes in another substance. This is a really good science word. A condition in which something takes on another substance. And before I write my example sentence, I'm going to draw a picture because this could be kind of tricky for you guys. So a condition in which something takes on another substance. In science, what I think about whenever I'm looking at this picture is I think about the sun. So I'm going to draw a little sun right here on number 2. Number 2 is absorption. Number 2, absorption, the condition in which something takes on another substance. I'm going to draw the sun, and then I'm going to draw some lines. So the sun gives off light, right? So if it's being absorbed, if the light is being absorbed, it's going to go through it. So absorption is happening here, okay? Now let's use that word in a sentence. The student, notice we're making a lot of these sentences about school. I think that makes it a little more engaging for you. The student forgot their supplies due to his absorption in socializing in the hallway. Socializing in the hallway. We've all been there. We've all forgotten something or been too distracted by social things to bring our supplies to class. It happens, but we're going to do better and be better. But yeah, so absorption, a condition in which something takes on another substance. The student forgot their supplies due to his absorption in socializing in the hallway. He was absorbing the socialization. He was not focused on the task at hand, so that's what he's absorbing. And then another example, a science example really, is the sun. The rays of the sun, the heat coming from the sun is absorbed into the ground or into the water, and it's being affected that way, right? So those are our 2 first words for the week. Let's go over one more, and then we'll go over your last 2 tomorrow. So the third word is going to be absurd. You've probably read this whenever we're going through a passage or something, and you might not have been super sure of what it meant. So let's go over it real quick. Absurd. Conceived or made without regard for reason or reality. So really what this means is that it's crazy. If something is absurd, it's not easily conceived or made without regard for reality. So if something's going outside of reality, it means that it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy. So absurd, conceived or made without regard for reason or reality. An example sentence is, and this might not apply to online students because things are a little bit different for you guys, but the idea of, sorry, I'm going to draw some lines under these. It's getting kind of crazy. The idea of going to school in your PJs is absurd. I think everyone's had a nightmare of doing this, but going to school in your PJs is absurd. It's something you don't do. Unless you're online, you might be able to wear your PJs to school. So, yeah, the idea of going to school in your PJs is absurd. It's without regard for reason or reality. It's not what should be done, what could be done. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to draw a little emoji guy, and I'm going to give him some eyes that look really confused, get some weird, oh, he looks kind of angry. I'm not a very good artist, that's okay. But he's going to look kind of confused. I'm going to put a little like thought bubble. He's like scratching his head. He like doesn't know what's happening. He's very confused because it's absurd, right? It's kind of crazy. So that's my little picture for absurd. If you have a better picture, please write it down. I would love to see it. And yeah, that's going to be all for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the next 2 words. Talk to you soon. Bye.